huge and big news coming out of Godzilla Fest in Japan. We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So it finally happened. Godzilla Fest in Japan happened last night. And yes, I got all your tweets. I got all your messages on Discord. I got all your messages on Facebook. But this news did break late yesterday. And I don't even think I was looking at any of my social media around 12 midnight last night. So obviously, and in some ways it's good because some news is coming out one after the other. But we're going to talk about the biggest news, and maybe not big for a lot of people because some of us were expecting this. We all knew that Toho had announced earlier this year they were working on a new kaiju film. They didn't specify that it was a Godzilla film. And a couple of weeks ago when I was making some videos talking about the upcoming Godzilla Fest in Japan, I said if that is a Godzilla IP that they're making, they're likely going to announce it during Godzilla Fest Japan, and lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. We have Godzilla, I believe some people are saying it's called Godzilla Zero, which is coming out next November 3rd, 2023. So filming has already been done on the movie. So I'm suspecting now it's going to be 6 to 8 months of post-production, and then 3 months or so of, promoting the movie, trailers, things like that, and then the movie will come out. I'm sure a lot of us will get to see it somehow, some way on November 3rd, even though it's only coming out in Japan. But we all know that usually 3 to 6 months later, it comes out here in the States. So a lot of people won't probably be able to see it until 2024, early 2024. But I'm sure we were lucky enough to catch the Shin Ultraman when it came out. So I'm hoping and crossing fingers that the Santa of international kaiju movies makes another delivery November 3rd next year. But be that as it may, again, very exciting. We've all been waiting for a Toho film, and I have been, look, if you go back through some of my videos, I've been speculating for a long time that if we got any Toho movies, it was going to be after 2022 because of COVID. Toho went through a very rough period where they were making next to no money in their studios, and releasing new projects was a tough deal for them. I think this is one of the biggest sources of income they had were the legendary movies, were whatever money they made from Godzilla vs. Kong, because as we all know, when that movie releases in Japan, when any MonsterVerse movie releases in Japan, all that revenue goes to Japan, goes to Toho. So Legendary doesn't get any profits, any revenue when the movie releases in Japan. That's part of their deal. So this is one of the reasons why one of the favorable arguments to the MonsterVerse not really ending is the fact that it's a good source of revenue for Toho. But of course, on the Legendary side, it's all about continuing to make profits. If they make profits, they'll continue. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. We've been through that 101 times. So this is exciting news. We don't know anything else beyond that right now, but I am more than positive as the months go by, we're going to learn more and more about this movie. I know the live stream was happening last night. I saw some of the highlights, but again, you really can't gather too much from the stream because it's all in Japanese. There's no subtitles. So I did have an article that was loosely interpreted, and but basically the director is his name is Takashi Yamazaki. So I'm not too familiar with his work, to be honest. So I don't know, but I did see somebody tweet that his movies are not that great, so they're not very optimistic. But again, obviously we judge it when we see it. So this is going to be 7 years since Shin Gojira, and like I said, Toho definitely had plans to do more Godzilla films since Shin, but COVID really hit them hard over there. A lot of restrictions over there. I believe there still are some restrictions over there, but it's a lot looser now than it used to be. This is super exciting, you know what I mean? There's more rumors circulating that it's going to be very heavily special effects CGI. So we'll see just how much Toho has learned about doing CGI. I'm more than sure, based on their presence in Hollywood now, that they have, you know, maybe taken some shops with Legendary on how to do some effects. If you look at some of the other things they've done, like you take a look, for example, at Godzilla the Ride, and that's very CG, and that's actually much improved compared to a lot of the things they had done. What I do notice is that when they have attempted to do CGI like that, it seems to be more on the animated side. It's much more animated looking than trying to blend it in with real environment. The Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex is a prime example of that, and we'll get into that in a separate video. I'm actually kind of waiting for the other Godzilla vs. Gigan short to pop up, because I kind of want to do them together. The Godzilla vs. Gigan short was only 6 minutes, so it's not like it's going to take a whole video to talk about that. So I kind of wanted to do it 2 in 1. So I'm hearing that people have said they've seen it, but I haven't seen it pop up on YouTube yet. And I don't know at what point in the stream it actually occurs. So I'm just kind of waiting for them to upload it separately, like they did with Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex. So hopefully that'll pop up some point early, you know, maybe later this afternoon, and then I'll gear back up and do a video on that. So in terms of, now the story is supposed to take place in post World War II Japan. So, you know, this could be very close to, you know, Godzilla 1954 took place 9 years after World War II. So it could be something where they're trying to do a remake or a rehash without directly calling it that, or even relating it to that. But post World War II could mean anything. You know what I mean? It could be 1950s, 1960s. It could be right after the war is over. So we'll see exactly where they go there. Also curious, it probably is more likely going to be a solo film, but not 100% sure yet. So it'll be interesting to see where they go there. Usually when they come up with a new Godzilla movie, and it's been a while since they've done one, they usually go solo first, and then depending on the success and depending on their plans from that point forward, they'll go with other monsters versus, you know, I don't know if that was the plan with Shin Gojira, although it would have been very weird to see a Shin Gojira versus movie because of how methodical that monster was, or that version of Godzilla was. The design, of course, is going to be, the logo is very nice. I'll pull up a picture right here while we talk about it. Logo is very nice, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see what kind of design they go with. Are they going to do something brand new? Are they going to do a blend? Are they going to take the Godzilla ride design, which, by the way, I wanted to bring this up here because I know that my video earlier this week where I reviewed this figure, for some reason, the aspect ratio when I uploaded the video onto YouTube was just not good. I don't know what happened. When I edited the video, it was full screen. When I watched it, it was full screen. So I don't know what happened. But assuming that we're full screen again, when I upload this is the figure right here, so you guys can hopefully get a better look at it. This is actually a lot larger than the other X Pluses I have. If you saw my video, you could see compared to the other ones, it's a lot bigger. So I just figured I'd bring it out again to kind of show you guys. It's become one of my favorite designs of late. So very exciting news. Of course, we have to wait a year, but I mean, you think about this, we get that Godzilla movie in 2023, and then not even 6 months later, we get the next Godzilla and Kong movie. So the end of next year going into 2024 is going to be very, very exciting. And at that point, you're looking at 10 years of just Godzilla goodness all around, you know, between movies, animations, for those who like the anime. I know there's fans out there. I'm not too keen on the animes. I think they're very poorly made. You know, all these figures, you know, comic books, things like that. So, and if Toho's just getting started now, you know, now the question remains, you know, is this going to be an every other year thing, Toho and Legendary, or is Legendary looking to hand the reins back? You know, it could be anything, but at this point, as long as the content from them keeps coming out, then I have no complaints. But there was a lot of other great news that came out of Godzilla Fest in Japan. Gigabash their DLC for Godzilla is coming out December 9th. I was going to do a separate video on that, but there's not too much details on that. And the trailer was very, very not revealing. You know, it's just another teaser trailer. So there was no gameplay footage. There was nothing really to dissect there. So I'll just mention it here that we are getting that DLC on December 9th. So we'll take a look at that. And I think at that point is when I'll do my full review of the game. You know, and then we had the 2 shorts, one which I've already seen, and I'm going to do a separate video on that. And then we have the other one that I'm kind of waiting to see before I do that other video. So, but look, a lot of great news. I got up this morning, they were still streaming, although the stream they did this morning was more game related and it wasn't anything. It was just the mobile games. So nothing really exciting there in terms of games. You know, we all know that they've been focusing on making mobile games, so that's kind of what they were discussing in this morning's stream. But obviously, more figures and things like that. And there's supposed to be 2 more events for Godzilla Fest, separate from the 3rd. I think on the 14th and the 15th. And then I believe John Carpenter's marathon is starting either tonight or tomorrow. But I believe it's tonight because he's doing 4 movies over the weekend. So lots of good stuff, a lot of fun things going on if you're a big Godzilla fan over the weekend. A lot of great news, right? You know, I'm very happy to see that we finally got confirmation of what that project was. And you know, the only thing that confused me about it was, well, if it was a Godzilla movie, they would have announced it right away. But turns out that they just wanted to save the announcement for Godzilla Fest, and that's great. So, and I'm interested to see what we're going to learn over the course of the next couple of months about the movie. I think being in post-World War II Japan is an interesting time period that they're going to, considering that Godzilla 1954 is a post-World War II Godzilla movie as well. So I'm wondering if there's some inspiration there, if there's going to be a connection, or if they're going to like remap the whole movies, you know, going from that period going forward. So good stuff, man. It's just all good news. There's no complaints. And it's going to be nice to have like an 8-month period next year going into 2024 where it's going to be nothing but Godzilla, you know, in terms of movies and promotions and things like that. Man, it's very exciting. It's nice to see that this train just keeps chugging along. So, but anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'm very, very happy. Thank you guys all for reaching out to me. I know that that's like an instant reaction a lot of people have. But again, even if had I seen your messages on time yesterday, there's no way I'm doing a video at 12:30 at night. It's just not happening. So, you know, this is way too late. Everybody's asleep. I don't want to get all crazy. So, but look. Tomorrow night we're streaming, Friday night, so we'll have a lot to discuss. We'll go into more detail. You know how much fun we like to have speculating, so that should be fun. And then anything else we hear from this point going forward, like I said, I still have more videos to come out about this event, but I'm just waiting to see if they release the other Gigan short. I really want to check that one out. And just thanks for being patient. I know the content's been rather light the last couple of weeks. Everyone in this house has been sick, you know. You guys know that I told you my daughter was sick, then I got sick. Well, my son was sick. He just went back to school today. So he had been sick this week. So, you know, it's that time of the year where all forms of viruses, corona or not, are going around. So, but anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited with good reason. And we're getting a Toho Godzilla movie again. And I can't wait to learn more about it. So we'll definitely keep tabs on this project going forward here on this channel, and I'll bring you as much information as I can learn as possible regarding the movie as time progresses until its release. It should be a very fun year, that's for sure. So, all right, guys, that's it. Talk to you soon. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.